Boom, we're back again for the Moonman Experience. I'm your host, the Moonman. We're talking games. We're talking one of the favorite ones that we like to play and everybody likes to play. It's called the Finals, but it's kind of low key. It's all right though. We got one of the top tier 1 players, Regxn, and he's an absolute killer in the arena. He's also a professional player and plays for the team Vanguard. Regxn, do you want to tell them about yourself, man?
What's up, guys? I guess I'm just here so I don't get fined, really. Yeah, I'm the console
That's
guy that
hilarious.
you've been seeing on Twitter.
Hell yeah. And do you have a lot of haters out there? Are you making a lot of people mad? Being, a
Man,
season 1 vet, absolute arena destroyer, sticky aim.
uh, a lot of haters is an understatement, dude. I think this the general consensus that I am a console player. It,
Hmm.
it throws so many people off because in my gameplay, I don't look like a console player at all.
Right.
So it really does throw a lot of people off, and a lot of people do get mad when they're playing with their 300 FPS, $3,000 PC, and some kid that bought his console from Walmart is whooping them. So it happens. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be a hell of a feeling cuz like there is always that battle between like the PC master race and the console overlords of aim assist, you know what I mean? Like it's just a hilarious battle that I love seeing. But yeah, like what do you like how do you feel and how do you hold yourself and how do you defend the console world? Cuz I guess now that we've gotten into it, yeah, you're the guy that has to speak for them, and how do you feel about that? What's it like being a console player going against these PC players?
Um, it feels great, honestly. Like it,
Mhm.
it kind of gives me that push, that motivation because I'm doing something that a lot of people can't do or don't think they can do.
Mhm.
Because when you think console, you're thinking, oh, like a casual player, and they're not gonna be as crazy or as cracked, or aim assist is gonna carry them all the way. Well, I mean, I haven't played with aim assist since like in for like 3 years,
Mhm.
like because I was a professional player in Apex as well, and if you know Apex, aim assist goes away when you play in PC lobbies. So I kind of trained myself over time to stop
Oh, it
having to rely
does.
on aim assist.
Is that
And
true?
and yeah, it's true. They turn it down
Really?
tremendously. It goes from like point 0.8 aim assist to like point 0.2. So it's insane. And I just kind of trained myself and I was like, I don't need the computer to aim for me. I can do it myself if I just put the time and effort in.
Wow, I didn't know that. That was like I learn stuff all the day, all the time. It's funny that I've been playing games for like 30 years of my life. I'm 2 years old now, and I learn stuff like every single day. That's funny. So yeah, like yeah, not playing with aim assist is difficult. You know what's crazy actually? Okay, so I just heard Shroud say this the other day, right? I think they were speaking on like the Nick Merckx thing. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen that clip in Arc Raiders or was just going around, right? Um,
Hmm.
I have nothing really to say about it, but it goes to what I'm trying to say here, which is Shroud was saying that like he thinks aim assist is actually stronger when you plug your controller into the PC. Like it makes it stronger than if you just have your controller, hooked up to your Xbox or your PlayStation. And so the reason why I wanted to bring that up was because I was gonna say, dude, I feel like there's no aim assist, and it's so much more loose and free flowing when you plug a controller into PC. And so, yeah, you were saying that, yeah, you've turned it off, and it also gets turned off when you play against PC players, anyways. But yeah,
And I
anyways.
think what you're feeling also is when you plug your controller directly in,
Hmm.
you lose that latency because your controller is Bluetooth.
Oh,
So
yeah,
the less latency makes you feel like it's a lot loose. It's the same
yeah,
thing as going from like 60 FPS to 120. That huge
so
difference
true.
just makes all the change. You definitely
Yeah.
feel it and see it.
Yeah, because anytime I've ever literally plugged the controller into the PC, it's like this just feels loose. Like like
Yeah.
this feels crazy. Like you know what I mean. And so, anyways, I
Yeah.
play mouse and keyboard on the finals. But um, yeah, man. So let's get into your history with gaming. So you've been playing the finals from season 1, which is great and dandy. But where'd you get your start in like gaming? Like how does somebody get to the level that you're at? And we'll definitely go through some clips for you guys to watch and stuff like that for the viewers. But yeah, just tell me about where you got started in gaming.
Believe it or not, Fortnite.
Fortnite, hell yeah.
Back in
How old are you? Are you
2015,
early 20s?
2016. Yeah, I'm 23.
Okay, okay, yeah, that makes
I
sense. Cool.
started doing Fortnite when I was like 19, 19, 20. I was still in high school and I was doing the
Yeah.
little like cash cups on the side.
Oh, nice.
And man, when I tell you I feel like I sucked
Mhm. Mhm.
because I was playing on my dirty old first gen PS4. I was running like
Mhm.
30 frames per second, but I was, I was still making a few $100 here and there, and
Yeah.
I kind of just went off from there. I just kept growing.
Competition harder now on Cash Cup. I don't know if you've played in a long time or back then in Cash Cup. Probably now,
I
right?
haven't played Fortnite
Yeah.
in so long, man. It's
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 probably
been a few
now,
years.
I would
I moved
imagine,
away
right?
from it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
understand. It's probably now because I mean, just like streaming, just like anything, just everything is more. Everybody's become like finally opening up and doing whatever is.
Yeah.
Everything has more competition now, I would imagine. But okay, you got started in Fortnite. So if you started at like 19, does that mean you weren't really playing games before that, or what were you playing
Um,
before that?
I
Or
was,
was
but I
Fortnite what you got introduced to?
Fortnite was more of I think I want to take gaming seriously. It's kind of like
Hmm.
that phase where hey, this is fun, it's competitive. I'm getting into this new like genre of gameplay and I'm fighting these people who are very good for money and
Hmm.
it kind of just, like it's like that spark is that motivation is like, hey, I can actually turn this into something in the future. And that's where I started streaming as well. It
Yeah.
kind of helped with streaming and doing both of them hand in hand.
Yeah, so Fortnite was the first time that you were like, "Oh, I can not only do what I love, but I can make a little bit of money, from it, a little
Yeah,
bit of side money. It's not like, monthly income paying, getting me out of my parents' house or getting me through college, but it's something, right? If I can earn
it's
a hundred
something.
dollars, that's pretty cool for playing a video game. That's dope, dude. And where do you get because PC players they have like aim trainers and things like that. Where does somebody in the console world get good at aiming, or were you just the cracked friend? Because like back in my day, like I'm 32, so we had Halo, right? We always had that one dude that
Hmm.
was in the friend group. Everybody has him, fucking that is just badass at aiming, and he just slays. So I'm imagining that you were that friend, but like, where did you get good, or was it just a natural touch?
It started off natural. Like
Hmm.
in Apex, it kind of got to a point where I didn't really like have the access to aim trainers back then,
Hmm.
and it was mostly just like firing range dummies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So usually me getting good or me reaching that like next level in my gameplay would
Hmm.
be me just getting tired of getting crapped on. I just be
Yeah.
like, all right, I'm done losing. I want to win. But
Yeah.
now it's gotten a lot better for console players. Like we on PS5 actually, we just got introduced to aim labs. So I use aim labs every week.
Oh, really? There's aim labs on PS5 now?
There is aim labs on
Is it on
PS5 now.
Xbox?
I think so. Yeah, it's everywhere,
No
if I'm not
way.
mistaken.
I did not know
So
that.
it's yeah, I use aim labs every week on top of spending like hundreds of hours inside of the actual finals
Hmm.
firing range. And that really, really, really helps. And it's mostly just like focusing on like the fundamentals of aiming,
Hmm.
just tracking and going through the whole thing.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing actually. That's crazy. I did not know that that was available for the console players, but that's sick though actually. Hopefully somebody takes that away from this conversation and they go get a little bit better. Um because those aim trainers, like even if they help 5% is possibly still two extra kills in a match every match, you know what I mean, which could help
Yeah,
the team out.
it helps.
Uh-huh.
It's a routine.
Yeah. So when did you get introduced to the finals? How do you come across the finals?
Uh, I saw the first trailer for it,
Mhm.
and I I knew it was coming out before, but you know how when they first released it, they shadow dropped it out of nowhere. They were just
That's
like,
right.
"Oh, the finals is out." I
Oh
was
yeah.
mid ranked Apex game, about to hit Masters, and I looked on my PS5 feed, and it was talking about the finals, and it was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, it's out now." I was like, "Well, boys, I'll see y'all later," and left mid ranked game to go play finals.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, they didn't really advertise it as much, and I'm happy
Mm-mm.
they're doing that a lot now. But yeah, I was keeping my eye heavily on the finals and waiting
Mhm.
for it to drop because I really, really
Yeah,
wanted to get into it.
and not as much as they could be. Can we agree? Like they
Yeah,
should still be promoting a little bit more. And I have this like
they should
conspiracy
still
theory,
be.
but yeah.
Yeah. They're doing
I,
a little bit better with the China release and
yeah.
getting a lot more people on board
Oh,
from
they
Arc
did release the
Raiders.
China, didn't they?
They're
Yeah.
doing better.
Yep, and they got the 3 games in Arc Raiders. A couple people come over, play. You get that skin
Hmm.
back in Arc Raiders. I actually talked to like 1 or 2 players that said they did that, and then they're like, "Oh shit, I really actually kind of like this game. It's pretty cool." Um, but yeah, back to finding out about it, the shadow drop. Yeah, I was literally watching the Game Awards, and the CEO went up there and he was like, "Yo, here's our trailer." But then after the trailer, we're not giving you a date. It's actually playable right now. And I was like,
Yeah, it's
"What,
playable right
dude?"
now. Yep.
Yeah, like that one meme where
And,
the kid's like, "Ah," you know what I mean? Um,
and I think what also helped is
mhm,
a lot of the game devs from Embark are from
yeah,
Battlefield. So
so
if you're a
sick, right?
Battlefield guy, you already automatically know it's like that game's gonna be at least decent
Yeah,
because the Battlefield devs are
goaded.
very good at doing what they do.
Yeah, and it's a little thing. Okay, so like I felt like you've taught me 2 different things now. I want to tell you something that maybe you didn't know. Hopefully, maybe you didn't know, so I sound cool, I guess, right? But so did you know, like, instant replays? You know how they're in the finals now? They came in like a couple seasons ago. Did you
Hmm.
know that like instant replays are super super difficult for developers to create in video games?
I didn't know that, but
So
I could see how though.
yeah, think about it. How many games do you know, like first person shooter games, maybe even third person games, that have replays other than Call of Duty?
Not that many.
None, like basically none, right? And the
Yeah.
reason why is I read this one time is that it's super difficult for like developers, or it's just a really really hard task in a multiplayer game, in that quick instance when a death happens, to feed, to push out an instant replay from the other player's perspective, and just for all that to happen, it's like really really tough. um and a lot of games just stay away from it because it's just not necessary. And so when the finals introduced instant replay, and there's also a button you can switch on and off if you want to see them or not,
Hmm.
but when they brought that in, I was like, dude, these devs are really really good. Like, they just did what I already knew reading about is super difficult to do. So the fact that it just like throughout playing, you know what I mean? It was just like, oh my gosh, they just leveled up, and some people may not even realize it. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, what do you feel about them coming from DICE in the old Battlefield and stuff like that? Did you ever play Battlefield back in the day, or you got
I
in it? You're
did.
so young. You did? Okay.
Battlefield was actually the game that took me away from Call of
Battlefield
Duty.
5, Battlefield 1 maybe?
I s- one.
1,
One
yep.
was that's it will forever be my favorite Battlefield, by the
Yep.
way. That's one was that game that was like, I think I'm going this route. Call of Duty is trash. I
Mhm.
was yeah, that took me away from Call of Duty tremendously. And Call of Duty has been going downhill in my opinion for a while now. So it's it's been one of those games that helps me pass the time.
Mhm. Yeah, and the finals, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what are your goals? And there's tons more questions I want to ask you about the finals and things like that. And of course, I want to ask you about Vanguard. But you say it helps you pass the time, but you're also on a professional team and you're doing it at a very very high level. So passing time is one thing, but it's also a big priority that you're good at, right? So what are some
Yeah.
goals that you have for yourself going forward, playing the finals, or even just being a part of this professional team, Vanguard?
Um well, one of them is definitely making it to the Grand Major 26.
Hmm.
I'm working my ass off every day,
Hmm.
trying to make sure I get that opportunity. And even if I'm, failing a few of those days, I get back up, I VOD review, I do everything I can to better myself because it is harder for me as a console player, by the
Hmm.
way. It just, I hate throwing it out there because it seems like I'm just crutching
Yeah, but you're
and
allowed
making
to
an
though. It's
excuse,
okay.
but
Yeah, yeah.
it's like I'm at a disadvantage, regardless of if I have aim assist or
Hmm.
controller or whatever. I'm at a disadvantage regardless
Hmm.
because not only do I have to deal with the people that will like purposely try to grief me out and do all this random stuff to make my experience worse, it's
Hmm.
also the stipulation of I have to hold myself at a higher standard than my teammates because my teammates are on PC or my org owner is expecting a certain, stipulation of me. So it if I make it to TGM 26, it's definitely gonna be kind of that like I finally did it kind of feeling. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
it's as of right now, the job ain't done. I have a lot to learn. I'm currently learning, and I don't think I'm gonna stop learning even when I make it there. It's just I'm ready for the experience. I'm ready for the journey. I've already promised myself that I won't give up on this dream. So that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, man. Well, I think that attitude that you have at a really young age, you're already seeing it in what you can do. You've made it to a high level by being noticed by a professional team and being put on their roster. So I mean, the fact that you've already got there, and then the mentality that you have and the accountability that you have to understand that some days you may not do good, but you get back on the horse and you keep going, and just the I want to strive to be better. I think that's a really, really good mentality that you have. And I think that's the attitude that gets people to the next level and gets people to, um, a level where they're making memorable moments and they're also doing things that they never thought they would be able to do. Because I think if you just consistently keep on working really, really hard at something, uh, the only thing you can get from it is the positive. So yeah, man, that attitude that you have, I think, is going to get you to exactly where you want to make it in life. And I think that goes for anybody listening to this. Yeah, just have a positive attitude like Regen has. And so, what has been your experience playing on Vanguard? How are the teammates? How are the owners? How are the interactions that you have? Explain to some of the people that are listening that maybe want to be a part of a gaming team, maybe are part of a gaming team right now. Just what's your experience been being a part of this team, and the ins, the outs, the ups and the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly.
It's great, honestly. I mean, I guess the best word I could say for it is it feels like a family, like a second family.
Hmm.
Everybody's like best friends with each other. We all talk to each other daily. We mess with each other. We play with each other. It's a great community, and it's good to have like just a bunch of people that will have your back and support you regardless of what you do. So I definitely love it, man. It's the best feeling ever, and uh a lot of the challenges that people will face joining a team is the consistency of the team itself. Like a lot of teams have this kind of like laissez-faire feeling when they do an esports team, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll sign this team, and they'll do whatever, they'll manage their own whatever, and we'll
Hmm.
focus on this side. But Vanguard is very thorough and very straight through with what they want to do, and they have their own goals and ambitions, and they make sure they preach that like daily, and I love the feeling, man. It feels good.
That's really awesome to hear, man. That's good. That's good. I don't delve too much into the different teams that are out there other than just paying attention to what's going on their Twitter pages. But behind the scenes isn't really accessible to a lot of us. You know what I mean? We just see the team name, we see the players on the team, and we see what they give us through clips, text posts and things like that, threads, and possibly some of the other things that we hear, but we don't get to see behind the scenes, and we're not a part of those teams like you guys are. So that's really, really awesome to get a little bit of insight on Vanguard. Um, when did you join this team? When they reach out to you, or when did you reach out to them? How
um
did that come about?
December. So they
Hmm.
they've been watching me for a while now, I feel like.
Okay,
I was a part of Team Z&D probably like November,
gotcha.
and I only stayed on that team a month because it was, the same problem I just faced with the consistency of the team, and there's
Hmm.
teammates leaving, and the owner he's a cool guy, very chill, but
You just
it
wanted
just
something a
didn't
little
feel
bit more
like,
solid, yeah.
yeah, I wanted
Hmm.
something like more or like already going, something that, they knew what they wanted to do, and it wasn't just kind of like testing the waters. I'm tired of being a test dummy. I can't. So,
Understood. Yeah.
Vanguard was watching me for a long time, and I had a few homies that were, content creator for Vanguard as well. So they kind of like showed me the ropes and showed me some love, and eventually it just got to a point where I contacted Seismic, who's the owner of Vanguard, and I was like, I think I need a new home, and he took me in. So
Wow, how cool is that? Shout out to Seismic. That's really, really cool. You just say, "Hey, I need a new home," and he was like,
I
"Brother, I
need a
got a
new home,
spot." You
man.
know what I mean? He gave you the code to the house. He gave you the code to the door. That's awesome, man. That's really, really
Yep.
cool. So yeah, what does a team like Vanguard, um, how do they? You know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Skins in the game. How does
Mhm.
Yeah, how did they get his skin in the game? How does that work? Because that's a pretty fucking fire skin. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it yet, but you should if you've played the finals. How do you get a skin in the game like that? Like,
Um,
I don't know.
good
Maybe that's,
editors
yeah,
and
maybe that's inner
qualifying.
workings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't know if like the players had like a hand in like how the outfits look because all of them are drip. You know what I mean? Like the finals, of
Yeah.
course, like
Well,
has the
I
biggest
think
drip in the
the
world, but
I think the players get to choose, kind of pick and choose
hmm
which like
yeah,
guns and stuff the skins go on,
yeah,
because I know for sure like Arpika, he definitely wanted the 9-3R. The 9-3R was strong that season, and he was avid on the 9-3R. And then
hmm
we also have a Lewis gun skin. We have an RPG skin. So it's I think the players do have a say so on like their
hmm
main guns that they're using at the time, but a lot of that goes with just like qualifying and having good editors for the skins to look good. Our skin is like
fire,
top two, if it is.
fire.
I mean, it's top two, man.
Let's low key, let's go find that skin because it's actually fire, so that people can see it. But yeah, man, how long have you editing content? Obviously, a lot of us, I play games, I edit my own content, things like that. It could be a drag because we all don't have $1 million, right, to hire an editor.
Yeah.
And we also then got to train that editor, like, hey, here's my vibe, here's what I'm going for. It takes a while to get to that point. And some of us really, like, we don't have the money to do that, right? We might not have the connections. So, content editing, there's probably a lot of people that want to get into it that are watching this. There's probably a lot of people that maybe are already doing it and don't like it. How do you push through it and have you learn to like it? Or are you still maybe one of those people that's like, I hate editing content?
Man, uh, editing takes so long for me,
It does.
and
It does.
like I do most of my editing through like CapCut and stuff, and like a little
Same.
bit of like Photoshop.
hmm
So it's good for me to do my own editing because I get to put my own flair on it. I get to change what I want and, do whatever I want with it, spice it up my way. But
Uh huh.
it does take a lot out of you, and it just comes with time, with
hmm
learning how to edit and what works best. Uh, it's the reason I like watching my older montages and stuff is because like I like seeing the evolution of me editing my own videos and how I've
Yeah.
gotten better at it. So it just takes time, honestly.
Yeah. And you mentioned
Keep doing
something
it.
there. Yeah. Just got to keep going. You mentioned something there that I'm going to like, I want to tap into and tell me if you feel the same way. Like, I almost like, and you probably do too, but like, I almost like starting in the basement and growing from there and the enjoyment of like maybe a grainy video from like 5 years ago or like, you know what I mean? Or like not so good of an
Yeah.
edit. So like when we all have this delusion in our mind that like I'm going to be the best and going to be where I want to be in the future. I'm not there yet, but I know it's like light years ahead of like where anybody thinks I could be or even think about because they all have their own goals themselves. But you
Hmm.
think to yourself of like what my catalog is going to look like from beginning to end. The end is like this holy grail of, oh, you know what I mean? Everything looking perfect. But like right
Yeah.
now, maybe you're in the stage of like things are maybe a little bit grainy or just not, you know what I mean? Nowadays, everything looks good. You have some footage that looks amazing, but you get what I'm saying. Like, but it just sparked that thought when you said, like, I kind of like looking back when things were a little bit like dusty and now they're better. And then
Yeah.
I know they're going to even get better going forward in the future. But yeah, real
Yeah, once I
quick.
learn Blender and stuff like all these crackheads, I'm pretty sure my edits will be nice too.
This is the Vanguard skin for anybody wondering. Um, yeah, it's just that mask is crazy. It's just
It's
it's clean white with the gold and like, yeah. What's your favorite thing
it's
about this skin? What are you loving about it?
definitely the mask. But I also a lot of the times I wear the jersey. They don't show it on here, but
Mm-hmm.
all of the esports skins get like kind of like this TGM jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to wear the hoodie, and I love wearing the jersey because it's just black and white with the Vanguard logo. It's super clean.
Yeah.
I love wearing that with the white and gold pants. It's so nice. It's so nice. But the mask is definitely my favorite part.
Yeah, it's sick. It's really, really dope. I think yeah, I mean look at that RPG, look at the FAMAS. Is that the VS9 or is that's
Nine
no,
three
that's
R.
the
Yep.
burst one, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um yeah, that's just it's so clean. And obviously it could be a lot cleaner, guys, if I showed. Um, if I pulled up in the game right now, but yeah, you guys can go get that bundle right now. I think what is it, $9.99 for all the different bundles, team bundles.
Yeah,
But yeah, a lot of the
it's like
team
$10.
bundles. Yeah, a lot of the team bundles are absolutely goated, but I actually will say that's probably in my top three. You know what I mean? Let me not be that guy,
Yeah.
but no, for real. Like, there's some that are really cool, and then there's some that are just like, whoa, shit. That is, I don't know who put that together, but that's fire, and that's what I always say
Yeah.
about Vanguard. Um,
I'm a little biased about my white and gold, so I mean.
yeah, I think you can be because, like, look, I'm not on any of these teams, and I'm telling you, like, yo, this is actually one of those ones. You know what I mean? This is that top five, top three. You know what I mean? You might even say it's not the two,
Yeah.
it's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, you want to go through some of these clips. I'm sure a lot of these people, that are watching are maybe wondering, well, like, who the hell is Regxn, and like, what's he even play like? How's this go down? So would you want to
I'd
talk
love
us through
to.
some of these clips?
I would love to.
All right, let's do it. So we've got a couple of them here. We're going to pop this open. We are going to go to our media screen. I think we're on the media screen. If I tap it twice, we should be there. Looks like we are on it. Let's pop this bad boy open and let's go through this one. I don't know if it looks familiar to you, but we're about to hit play. I'm going to take off the audio of them if that's cool.
Yeah.
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
let's see what we got going on
I
here.
actually do remember this one. I
You
think
got
this
it?
was just like one of the random ranked games, and
Okay.
I think I clipped this off of solely just like my game sense and my movement
Mm-hmm.
because controller players don't usually do this, but
Right.
it's just how far I've come. I love clipping and watching what I've done
That
because
aim was
it's
sticky. And look at you got a box. You got a box as your crosshair. And that
yeah,
you
and
literally
people don't
just
like
from
it,
the
bro.
dude, just from the hip to his face, he melted that guy. Oh, dude, you
People don't
used
like it.
okay, so I want to stop this real quick. Did you know what you were doing right there? Well, of course you knew what you were doing right there.
Yeah.
Did you know what you were doing with the jump pad right there? You knew you were going down a little bit of a slidey hill, and you purposely pushed that.
Yeah, so I was like, if I didn't hit that ramp, I was dead. That was my first thing. I was like, I don't care if I scratch my head across the ceiling. I just need to get out fast, and I could probably
Yeah,
bunny hop to the stairs. So it was just kind
goaded.
of like that split second. I'm gonna do this and get away from him, and hopefully he doesn't just snap to my head while I'm in the air.
Right, right. All right.
And this was some
You've been putting
other
shots
cheeky
on him.
gameplay.
Yeah, see, dude, it's the aim for me that you guys got that like I've been playing with the Shack 50. I've been main and heavy, right? Oh my god, his whole chest has
Hmm.
got he's in cardiac arrest. The screen, what are you doing, dude? What was that even?
That's what I'm
Look at
known
the
for, actually.
movement though.
One of
Left to right, left to right,
people
left to
people
right.
hate fighting against me.
Bruh. He didn't even have any he didn't know what was happening. His screen was broken through five different ways. Dude, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Oh man, he picks up the bomb. You know what the craziest story about those bombs were? When they got
Mm.
introduced, I thought it was a new gadget. For like a couple days, I didn't realize what was happening. I just never paid attention to the event at the top. You know what I mean? Like, it might
Bro
only been
said,
a
"Oh,
day
that's
and
a
a
big
few
grenade."
hours. Yeah, I was just like, what is this new gadget that drops grenades or mines? Like, what is this? Yep. The cheese of the window
This
climbing.
part was crazy. Oh
Let's
my
see.
god, this part was crazy.
You heal up your teammate. This dude tries to kill you. You jump off the box. That was wicked, dude. That's like you took a dash off the box. That was crazy. I
Yeah, a
seen
quick
that.
little jump over his head, broke his camera.
Yeah. Let's get another one going. Shooting the bubble. Cool. You've already taken that
This
dude
was
over there.
scrims, I believe.
Okay. You've already taken that dude. That's another thing to ask. For the scrims, like all the pro teams are all playing against each other from time to time, like setting up scrims and like so you guys are kind of
Yeah,
testing and seeing what's happening on the back end and who what could be leading up. And also, okay, I just said a bunch of nothing. I feel like, but you understood what I was saying. There's like tons of new tournaments that are happening. There's already like 6 major tournaments or 7 major tournaments that have happened this year, right? Like the finals is
yeah.
really getting crazy with the tournaments on the back end. Like, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are coming in. Yeah, so we have PHL season 3 coming up very, very soon. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people know
Yep.
PHL. They're like kind of the mainstream.
That's right.
Uh, we just had the Heist Games qualifier number 1 that we competed in about a weekend ago.
Oh, dude, you got the
And
F
that was
car
pretty
13, level
huge.
13. What a goat.
That's my baby, man. That's my baby.
What a goat.
But yeah, there's a lot of tournaments coming back in, especially like Breakout Esports. They were like one of the first to ever do it. They're coming back into the game now, so
Yep.
I'm really excited for what's coming. There's gonna be a lot of good practice coming up.
How long are you in flow state for? Like you turn on your PC, or I mean you turn on your PlayStation, uh
Mhm.
you're playing. How long is it taking you to get warmed up? How long are you in flow state peak performance, and when are you starting to die off? Or do you not really
I'd
ever fall
say
victim to that shit?
probably when I turn on my from the time I get into like a firing range or something
Mhm.
like that, it takes me probably about I'd say 30 minutes to warm up. But like if
Mhm.
you give me like an hour, I'll probably be like fully like locked in.
Yep.
And I don't really fall off. Like me
Yeah, you're
falling
good.
off is going to sleep.
Got you. So you're locked in. Here's our last video. Let's listen to comms. Screw it.
This was also a scrim. Oh no, this was a tournament.
I actually want to comment on the fact that you picked up your jump pad and you knew that the pickup time didn't seem too long, but you also knew that the regen time for it wouldn't be too long either, so you might get a chance to use it in the fight later on. That was like clean.
Yeah,
You, like that's somebody only does that if they know what they're doing.
yeah. I don't like waiting on stuff, man. I like it to be ready.
Yep, yep. You played off the little square right there.
Hmm.
Nice, smart. Nice, nice little team wipe. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, that was I believe that was actually the Heist Games. That was part of the Heist Games,
Oh no shit. That's awesome.
if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
that's crazy, dude. So cool, man. So cool. What are your thoughts about the finals, man? Like, a lot of people, I absolutely love this game. Everybody that's ever played it that I've known that still plays it today are like the diehard fans, right? We just love it, and we
Mhm.
have this view of it that, like, there's no other FPS that touches it. Like, look, we've all played all the other ones. We really have. But there's just something about the finals that is just so sick. It's top tier. Like, I can go play other ones. I can get hooked on those ones for a month. I can jump back into maybe Apex, Call of Duty, all this stuff. But there's just something about the finals that is just fresh, refreshing, and just unique. Can you kind of go into why you love the finals so much? Why you think it's kind of underrated, and just do what we all do, which is just love talking about our love for the finals.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. It's
Hmm.
it's one of the most unique game modes I've ever seen. And this is all me speaking on the cash out part of it. There's problems with it with like griefing and stuff like that, but there's no other game like it. And the devs have done a really good job with like optimizing the game, so the game runs butter smooth. It just there's nothing like it, man. Nothing touches it. And I feel like the esports side of the finals is going to go extremely far with the way that people are passionate about it and how many people get into it. It's I mean, I think they said it at DreamHack Stockholm, like the final section was the loudest of the tournaments
Yeah,
that were
I
there.
believe it.
Everybody was
Wish I could have went.
screaming. It was crazy, and it just shows how amazing the game is. And I think a lot of people should give the game another chance. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll even say you took the words out of my mouth, right? Like, I mean, there's just this. Yeah, I guess what we're feeling is like the feeling that those people that used to love Halo, Call of Duty, those people that play like their whole life of Warframe, right? We're just a collective group of people that found our game. You know what I mean? Like I think that's just what it
Yeah.
is, right? You find your favorite movie, you find your favorite whatever. I guess what a crazy thing that happened, right? Was the finals came out like about a month into playing it. I was like, oh my gosh, this game's built in Unreal Engine 5. And I was like, no way. Because I remember there was a time when Unreal Engine 5 was coming out, and I was like, dude, the physics in this engine are absolutely next level. I can't wait till an amazing shooter or just my favorite game is built in in this engine. And lo and behold, about a month into playing the finals, I find out that it's built in Unreal Engine 5. And I was like, not only is it my favorite game, but I've just now found out it's built in the engine that I was talking about or that I've thought about for the past 3 years. I can't wait till the game's built in this. And I was like, that meme where the dude with the glasses, he looks like anyways, but yeah, I was just like, man,
Yeah.
this game is, and the devs, dude. Did you know that Embark is only like a 300 person team,
Yeah, they're
like
super small.
studio? Yeah, yeah,
They're
crazy,
they're
right?
super small,
Crazy.
and they do a great job. They do better than some studios with 2,000 people. It's insane the
Hmm.
achievements that they've done.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Let's get a little bit more into the finals and your play style and things like that. And let's break down, what gadgets you use, what rank you are, and things like that. Let's start off. Are you a world tour or are you a ranked guy?
Well, I used to be a World Tour guy.
Hmm.
I think I'm starting to get more towards the ranked side. And
Hmm.
honestly, I'm starting to steer away from ranked, and I'm becoming more of a like scrim and comp guy. I don't like ranked.
Yeah.
Ranked is,
What rank
man,
are
it's like
you?
it feels
Can
like
I
the same
ask?
slump. I am currently plat one.
Plat one.
I'm
Gotcha.
halfway through plat one. I've been taking a small break from it because it's just, just it's the same slop griefing, people using just the most cheesiest ways to win. It's not really fun. It's more of like a headache. So
Yep.
it's I'm just now getting back on my grind. I should be hitting Diamond either today or tomorrow, but yeah, I'm more of a comp guy. I love scrimming. I'd rather scrim than play ranked, if that
Yep.
makes any sense.
No,
And
totally. And I would also, not sorry not to cut you off there, but I would also, for anybody
yeah.
listening thinking to themselves like, he's a plat player, almost diamond. Why isn't he ruby? I thought he's on a professional team. Can you actually break down how? And I don't remember what game I was listening to this a long time ago and how they say it's different, but can you actually break down how ranked in a video game, ranked Call of Duty, ranked Overwatch, these ranked games or the ranked system and the ranked play and that happens is so much different from esports play, skirms, competitions. Those two are, you could be a plat player, a diamond player, or you could be a ruby player, for instance, but not actually maybe be good on an esports team and in the esports ecosystem of
Yeah.
tournaments. So can you kind of break that
It,
down? How somebody might be like, wait, what? He's getting away from ranked. How could he get away from ranked? I thought that's where the best players are, the pro players are. They're not. They all skirm, and it's a
yeah.
much different style when you're playing with the team. A little bit long winded,
Yeah.
but yeah, you want to break that down maybe?
Yeah, so I mean, there's levels to it, man. Like the same way a lot of people are scared of emeralds in World Tour. That's just playtime.
Hmm.
It's the same way those emeralds are scared of diamond and ruby players. That's also just playtime.
Right.
But the reason I feel like competitive and scrims and like esports players are a lot higher than the diamond and rubies that you see in game are simply because of the current ranking system and the griefing problem. So your typical person that sits in gold or plat every season could hit diamond or ruby just by being griefed in because a ruby team doesn't want to fight another ruby team.
Right.
And I mean, if you hit that rank, good for you, right? It's flaunt it, do whatever you want with it, but it doesn't mean that you're like the top of the world always. You can definitely tell somebody that deserves where they are compared to somebody who is, given it on a silver spoon. And this game makes it very clear who does because of the skill gap and how people use utility. I was playing ranked yesterday, and
Hmm.
I was LFGing with some people from the finals Discord, and mid game I was telling them straight up, I was like, yeah, this is an easy lobby, but this team's 100% Ruby just by the way they're playing. It, you can sit there and drop 20, 30 kills a game, but it's just off of the way you're playing will straight up tell you.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, yeah, and maybe go into that just a little bit deeper.
So yeah, it's just off the way they were playing. The lobby could be, very easy or easy,
Hmm,
but
hmm.
just people smurf, and you can definitely tell who has IQ in the lobby and who's just there to play. So it's definitely something you have to get used to over time, and you'll notice it more and more as you progress through the ranks.
Hmm.
And I feel like once you hit plat one, that's kind of like the peak where you start seeing Diamond and Ruby players like every game, and it's like okay, we're getting griefed out, or this team's teaming with this team, and you start seeing it a lot more the higher you go.
Yeah, it's crazy because I literally just had a buddy of mine, Alex, on, and he's a Ruby player as well. He's like 400 something right now, but he's talking about how I think he's got like 48,000 RS, and the Ruby Discord that he's in, it basically estimates that you're going to need about 52,000 RS to make Ruby once the season crosses over into season 10, you know.
Yeah,
And he's like, man, I'm just grinding every day, and he brought up that simple fact of griefing, you know, and how these teams, yeah, they'll grief out, you know, the good team, and they'll keep the worst team in, like you kind of see in the lower lobbies, but obviously in the
yeah,
Ruby lobbies it's just much more calculated, and yeah, it could just hurt a lot more. And he was also saying that if for first place it's like, I don't know, maybe like 170 or maybe 200 RS. Second place is
yeah.
like 100 RS, maybe 80 sometimes, and then like third, fourth, all the way down to eighth is basically negative. And it's like, geesh, man. And then if you spend
Yep.
literally a whole, uh, if you don't make it to the finals and you get griefed out in the second round and you get third, well, you just possibly spent 25 minutes. And it's just like this, it's this battle. And like, let's talk about that
Yeah.
when it comes to the finals and why this game, I think, is so much more of a higher IQ game, because there's so much more at play, and you're thinking about so much more. You're thinking about time, you're thinking about cash. And for someone like me, or maybe you, or maybe the other players, maybe it comes easy to us. I don't know. I don't want to be on like some high horse or high pedestal, but maybe math isn't easy for some people. Maybe timing isn't easy for some people. Maybe they can't efficiently factor all those things in while thinking to themselves, what are the other gadgets that are the teams using? Like, there's just a lot that goes into it, and I don't know if that's something people consider about how next level the finals is. um yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you've got the money, you've
Yeah.
got the time, you've got the gadgets, so much going on. You've got the craziness of Overwatch, you've got
Hmm.
calculations, you've got time management. There's just a couple of layers that I don't think are in other games. And maybe they are if
Yeah.
somebody were to explain them to me, but I don't
And
think
it
there
even goes
is.
deeper with
Mhm.
that when you're stepping into comp. It matters what gun the enemy is using. It
It
matters your
does.
positioning. It matters, the smallest mistakes. And I was told this when, I was trying to get into esports for the finals and joining a team. Your smallest mistakes will be capitalized on. And
Yeah.
that team that capitalizes on your mistakes will make you feel like you don't belong there. Those mistakes matter that much, and they
Yeah.
will. Teams will not hesitate to take you out because you can't. There's just some things that you cannot mess up with, and time again they will come back to bite you later on. So
What do you think are some things, if you can pinpoint things right now on the spot? Like, what are some things that you know are just everybody knows, people fall for it all the time. Good players don't, bad players do. Learners sometimes do, sometimes don't. What are some things that maybe, for those that aren't on an esports team and don't see this extremely highly competitive side of the finals, what are some things that you're specifically talking about, if you can remember on the spot?
so there's one major
Hmm.
thing that my specific team is working on as well. It's called tempo,
Okay.
and tempo is your pacing throughout the match. So, you know, tempo gets messed up a lot when people start griefing or people start doubling cash outs and or staggering cash outs, should I say? You know, when you're uh placing in a cash box and the other cash box is halfway done, that tempo is so messed up for the round that it would be better for you to just go fight the other three teams on the cash out and come back for the one you just started than for you to hold that money. Because if you don't, then you will be the one getting thirded by three different teams and you will possibly lose that cash out. So tempo is definitely one of those things that it's hard to master, it's easy to learn, and you start seeing it a lot more and experiencing it a lot more when you think about it or when it happens. It's like, oh, okay, this is, these cash outs are happening. These teams are fighting across the map. Why are they fighting across the map and not fighting you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's tempo is probably one of the biggest things that hinders a lot of teams.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta imagine, I'm not at that high level, but I gotta imagine there's just all the things that I love at the highest levels that I can reach in the finals. I gotta imagine there's a beautiful chaotic dance that happens at those higher levels that I don't get to experience, but that I know are like really really fun, because I think that's one of the things that I love the finals for, is just the chaos that happens. But it's almost like a ballroom dance, and it just all flows together. And if you're not really playing a game like the finals, you don't know what's kind of being talked about or what's being said, because it's a gadget game. It's a powers game. It's a dynamic game. It's the buildings breaking. It's the pulling the people over here. It's the throwing out the bubble. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to put it into
Yeah.
words, but you know what I'm talking about. It just makes the game so unique that you can't necessarily find. And look, nothing against all these other shooters, but you can't necessarily find in just a, you know, running gun, throw a flame grenade, throw a grenade, shoot your M16, peek the wall, attach the gun to the
Yeah.
wall, shoot, maybe go up the stairs, shoot out the window, maybe jump out the window, slide into the bathroom and shoot somebody. Like, you
Yeah.
can't find that in other games. Like, there's so much more going on in the finals that make it crazy.
The finals is so much more calculated and there's so
Hmm.
much more of a calculated risk.
Yeah. And so I actually brought
It
up,
really makes
I
you
wanted,
think.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's it really makes you think.
Hmm.
It's just it's there's like Call of Duty esports or CS:GO esports or Valorant esports. I think the closest thing IQ wise that could come to the finals would probably be like League of Legends, because
Mm.
certain people need to be certain places at certain
There's like
times, and it's just
170
this
characters in
giant.
League of Legends, isn't there?
Yeah.
Maybe that was an off number. Maybe it's like only
It's-
100 something, but I think it is really, really high. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you have to
Yeah.
know what characters you're fighting, how to
Hmm.
counter them. It's just that's what I feel like is the closest game that will get to the IQ level of how the finals is played. A lot of people think it's just go to this cash out, shoot, people and take the cash out, or you know, it's there's so much more you have to think about. It's crazy, honestly, and
So
the
true.
how much you're thinking depends on the role that you're playing, whether you're
Hmm.
playing light, medium, or heavy. It's insane. Everybody has a job to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. And yeah, having that job to do it, it's such a team oriented game. Like, you, all right, so check it out. I'll say this because it's hilarious, right? So you gotta love, like, right now, like the highest I've ever made it was gold one. I have some issues with trying to make it into gold four. It was a real problem. I don't think they had RS introduced back then. It was nonsense. But anyways, right now season 9, I'm sitting in the bronze because I've just been live streaming and playing with random people. You know what I mean? And random friends. You lose some, you
Yeah.
win some. I don't even play ranked anymore. I'm just like, I'm done winning and losing and playing with randoms. I'm too nice. I play with everybody. I'm like, I'm gonna take the rest of this season. I'm getting somewhere with this point too. I'm taking the rest of this season. I'm just playing World Tour, finding my stack, and then season 10, I'll come out and show everybody my rank by climbing through it. But one of the funny
That's the
things
way to do
is,
it.
yeah, one of the funny things is the reason why I brought that up is to acknowledge bronze. Why it's a team oriented game, which you cannot have just for a good laugh for everybody. Is I love it in a good old bronze ranked game when you see that light on your team that's in. When you see that light in your team and he's in stock clothing, he's in the black and the yellow finals gear.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe he's
Auspus
got,
yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Auspusle yellow, or maybe he does have just a little bit of drip. You know what I mean? But there's still a couple of fucking just base level up gear, finals gear,
Yeah.
and he comes in with the stock sniper. You know what I mean? Default skin, bronze ranked, and you're
Oh
like, bro,
man.
this
Here
has
we
got
go.
to stop. You know what I mean? And
Here we
I'll
go.
get on the mic and I'll let him know, like, hey man, really appreciate you having you on the team. Looking forward to all that you do. You know what I mean? And he goes 1-9.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, dude. But thinking
It's
about
like
it,
that,
it's a
man.
team
Dude, up
oriented
top,
game.
see, in plat, what you just said would be
Hmm.
the medium player that's running heel beam and dual blades. That's just sitting in the corner with his dual blades up, blocking bullets all game. Oh my god, man!
Oh man,
I have
dude.
screamed at a few teammates that have done
Yeah.
that and thrown my rank negative 800. I was like, here you go again.
Dual blades
Just
up like this, like this, dude. I have the. I don't even know if I can find the clip, but I had it somewhere. I remember I clipped it. I've never seen nothing as crazy as this. There was a dude down a hallway. I don't remember the map or anything like that, but he's down the hallway, dual blades. He stood like he was fucking Neo in the Matrix. He knew that he was getting pummeled by like literally our whole team. He just stood there like this, things up at least like 25, 30 meters away. And I've never seen a medium be able to absorb so many shots. We all full clipped him and he was just standing there. He wasn't pushing
yeah,
us.
just
He
standing
was
there.
like, it's about to be like I'm either getting killed or I'm gonna survive this. And he just stood there. And I was like, I've never seen at that
Uh huh.
capacity. It was crazy. It
And if you
cracked me
didn't
up. I
know,
stopped,
dual
clipped it,
blades
and just started
also
laughing so hard. Go ahead.
dual blades also blocks
They
quick
block
melee. If
what?
anybody out there does not know that, it blocks quick melee. You can throw an elbow at
Oh,
dual
okay.
blades and it will
Yeah.
block it. You
I,
won't
I
do no damage to them. They'll
I feel
just
like
sit
you're
there and sling.
I feel like your audio went out right when you said that, and when I said, "Wait, what'd you say?" I was hoping you didn't say like RPG. I was gonna lose my mind if like you reset it and you were like RPG, and I was just gonna be like, "No way, there's no way, there's no way."
Oh my
But
god.
no, just a quick, the people's elbow is
The
what I
quick
like to
melee.
call it. The
Yeah.
people's elbow.
The people's elbow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently it ain't for the peoples with dual blades around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So yeah, the rank system is real jacked. It's funny stuff, man. But what would you if we can get back on topic of like, just Embark, like it's so cool just to see them be able to do their grand majors last year. You had talked about or I'm just bringing up that it's really cool that they did that. But anyways, what I'm getting to is Embark. What do you have to say about this company, this studio? If you take out a little bit of time, what's your appreciation for them? What's the good, the bad, the ugly? I said that 2 times now, but with Embark, what do when you think of Embark, what comes to mind? Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, they have their faults because they're a smaller company, so they
Hmm.
don't have as much support as like Dice would or as like Activision would. But they know how to please the people.
Hmm.
And I love that they listen to their community and that they don't take no for an answer. They're very good listeners, and uh, that's very important for a game like this, especially a free game, because in order to keep that game running, you have to keep the people happy.
Yeah.
And they said that they have content lined up for us until season 20. They said that at the major.
Hmm.
So I'm happy that they're,
Wow.
putting their foot down. They're, sticking to the plan, and they're ready to give us the best experience they can.
Wow. Season 20. So let's try to break it down, right? So it'll be about 10 seasons, 3 years. So yeah, so we got stuff till what is it 2026. So we got stuff till probably like 2030, right?
Yeah, pretty
Which
much.
doesn't mean that they won't be working further. I mean, they said Arc Raiders, uh, they want that to be a 10-year game, so I would imagine the
Hmm.
same as with the finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, it's so cool. Did they ever mention is Grand Majors 2026? Is that going to be in the United States? Because I would love to be able to make it.
I
And
don't know.
I
The
wonder, I
last
wonder,
thing
I
I
wonder.
saw was that the finals did not make it to the EWC, so we won't be going to Saudi Arabia, unfortunately. But
What is EWC? What's that?
so EWC is the Esports World Cup. So a lot of the
Mm.
major tournaments that's been happening, including like Apex's ALGS,
Hmm.
they're all in the EWC now in Saudi Arabia. So at least I think it's Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure. Somewhere over there in the Middle
Hmm.
East in a giant stadium.
Right.
So
Hmm.
we thought the finals was going to be that last like name that was going to be on the EWC list, but it wasn't. So
Yeah, but you know what?
I
That's
guess
okay though, because it's like, you know what? Work a little bit harder, embark, put some things together, you know what I mean? Show the EWC,
hmm
show the world that you can sustain maybe even five, you know what I mean? Three, four. Well, I mean, when did Apex come out? Apex came out in like what? 2018,
20
17,
yes, yeah,
19?
2018, something like that.
Or it might have even been like 19. I don't know. Anyway, so I mean, if we think of grand majors, world champions that they've done, I don't know if they got invited right away. Anyways, not to talk about Apex, but yeah, yeah, let's see the finals do. Maybe get three grand majors under your belt. See that you can sustain, good fan base, good crowds, profitable, things like that. I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, maybe that's what they're just trying to see. Like bring in some people, increase your crowds each year, get to a level of,
hmm
I don't know, maybe a crowd of 50,000, then 100,000, then 250. I don't know what the requirements are, but yeah, of course, yeah, they should be invited because that would be freaking huge. Um,
That would be amazing. That
that would
I
be
feel
awesome.
like I
But
said
maybe, yeah, I'm
earlier.
just trying to be
I,
from the perspective, like, devil's advocate. Maybe the
yeah.
EWC is just trying to see them do a little bit more, just be a little bit bigger. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah.
The
They
finals
fucked
is
up
gonna
not
go a
bringing
long
them
way
in.
esports wise.
They fucked up not bringing them in.
Yeah.
I'll say that much. You know what I mean? I would have liked to see them go there, but
Yeah.
go on though. Sorry.
I mean, going off of what you said, I mean,
Hmm.
I'm okay with it because, like I said,
Yeah.
that's less restrictions on Embark, and they did a good job at DreamHack, and DreamHack has some pretty big, stadiums and fans and stuff that they ran out. Like, look
Hmm.
at Fortnite. Fortnite was in DreamHack for a while, and I've seen $250,000 tournaments with more than 100,000 people attending.
Sheesh. Yeah.
So it can get to that point. I feel like
Hmm.
it's just that was our first year doing esports, and there's a lot more to come. More people are going to gravitate towards the finals just because of how chaotic and how crazy it is with esports and how calculated it is.
Hmm.
So I'm excited for the future of the finals. Honestly, it's not gonna drive me away at all. It's probably gonna be one of the games that I stick to playing with for a few years.
Yeah. Makes sense. Let's get crazy real quick on a question. If, excuse me, if Ready Player One happened next year, VR technology was, all of a sudden advanced 20
Yeah.
years in like 3 months, would you 100% put yourself into what the game show the finals is kind of already technically saying is a thing? Is like, would you put that virtual headset on, that haptic suit, that treadmill, and Ready Player One the shit out of some finals if it was like
Oh,
all up to scale?
100%.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think about that all the time, don't you?
100%.
Like,
I'd be like that dude in the
uh,
trailer, dying over and over again.
yeah, yeah,
Man,
just getting coined
I
doesn't
100%.
even matter.
That would be
Yeah.
a dream come true.
Yeah. That would be amazing, right? I think about that all the time. I think about like what the future of, you know, uh this tech world that we're advancing in, and how crazy everything's getting, and yeah, I just think, man, like, it would be really really awesome to play a game like the finals, you know, in the full VR.
It
So
would be
like
amazing.
everywhere you look, you're just surrounded by finals arena. You're putting on the suit so you
And
can feel
fans and
everything.
the
And
announcers
yeah, and
and
some
oh
people wouldn't like that, you know what I mean? Like, but like I've always been an
yeah,
athletic dude. Like, I'm not, just ripped or anything like that, but I like being athletic. I like playing sports. I've always liked that, and
yeah,
it it makes me, it makes me excited to think about like, oh, I could run on a treadmill and like put on a VR and do all that. And I know you can now, but like let's be honest, like the VR games that are out there right now, like there's none that are like really really cool, and there's none that are like to the level of like everything just feels janky when you watch
yeah,
like gameplay of it. Like if you watch some of those shooter ones, it's silly as hell. It feels like you're playing, like, I don't know, it looks like Minecraft, you know.
yeah.
um But anyways, yeah, I just wondered that. Yeah, that'd be sick, wouldn't it? That'd be so sick.
That would be amazing.
Another conspiracy question. Well, that one wasn't so much conspiracy. This one is more so conspiracy. Do you think the finals and Arc Raiders are somehow tied into the same universe? Have you thought too much into that?
They are.
Okay, cool. Let's
They I
explain.
think
Hmm.
I believe the finals was uh a few hundred or like 100 years before our creators.
Okay, explain.
And I think I think a lot of the artists like in the lore feel like because Embark said it was in the same universe already. So a lot of artists have made pictures of like or should I say illustrations of like Arc Raiders people looking at posters of like the finals and stuff like that. It's somewhere down the lore they're in the same universe, but I think Arc Raiders is just like 100 years down the road where like shit hit the fan, robots invaded, stuff like that.
I totally believe it. Um, yeah, that's I had to grab myself a drink. And yeah, man, that's pretty sweet, right? I always have this fantasy, or I've always had this fantasy that like what my thought process about it is that they're both in this weird dystopian future, and you've got people, in do you know a little bit about Arc Raiders? Like, that you got the top side, you've got
A little bit, yeah.
Speranza. So like Speranza's the underground people. They go top side to
Hmm.
bring resources. You got the Arc, the robots, right? So I always thought maybe what's going on is the people in Speranza, you've got those that are just existing down there. You've got those that go to topside to get the resources, and then you've got then you've got like maybe the ones like us, right, that are in the real world. We're down underground, but we like to play video games, and what those video games are is the finals, right? You put on the headset and you
Yeah.
go into this virtual world, you try to extract money from it, whatever. And like, yeah, but it's all happening at the same time though. You've got the people that go
Oh,
topside, you've got the people
yeah.
that like to play video games down there, but it's all still in a dystopian world, because we know, because that's what the finals is lore is, right? It's some dystopian world or
Hmm.
something where like it looks like Ready Player One, but you tap into the finals to go extract money to the real world or something, right? Isn't that what the
Yeah.
finals lore is?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's a
yeah,
cash
yeah.
game though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cash game. Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of cool. And then like the people that were on it, they kind of be like the fans watching
Well, I actually thought
like
this
their
crazy
TV or
thing.
something.
You've got like the people that hang out down there, just the regular people, the people that play
Hmm.
video games, that the game being the finals, people that go to topside, the rich elites that are doing something off world. Then you've got the arc
Yeah.
on top side, and then the rich elite are the ones in the stands, or possibly even the
Well,
Speranza people that don't like to play video games. But yeah, you've got the rich
yeah.
and the regular people underground that are actually in the arenas tuning in. But either way, yeah, cool stuff, man. When I think about like the possible lore and the connections. Oh, did you
Yeah, it's
also
pretty
know?
cool.
Yeah, super cool. Did you also know that Embark, the CEO, Patrick Sutherland, and somebody correct me if I'm saying his name wrong. I always say Sutherland because that's just how I read it, but I haven't heard anybody ever say it yet, so I don't know how to say it correctly. But that Patrick said they're working on two games right now, and one is actually edgier than the finals and Arc Raiders. I don't even know what edgier means in this context. How could you be? I didn't know the finals or Arc Raiders was really edgy, but yeah, I don't know what that word means. That's all he said though. Two more games. Crazy, right?
That is crazy.
What do you think
And
those
that
games
that
could
just
be?
I have no idea, man.
Me neither.
But it
Me
shows the
neither.
progress. Like they're working, man.
Mhm.
They're working. They're gonna, and I feel like I just know it's gonna be a good game. Just because it's Embark, I know
Yeah.
it's gonna be it's gonna be a banger.
Are they your favorite studio?
As of right now, yeah, currently,
Same, same. I've had a lot of favorite
currently,
studios in the past, but they're the favorite right now, hands down.
they take care of
And
me.
yeah, right there you go, dude. And so yeah, just to touch bases on the like the edgierness, it's crazy to think like I never would have thought a game like the finals would have came out. Never would have thought they would have dominated Arc Raiders like they're doing. And I actually spoke with, I
Yeah.
had mentioned it before, we were talking off camera. I was talking to Helio. He's a swords player, but we were talking. Me and him were talking about what if like the genre of game that they're gonna enter next is like a horror game. Like it's just it doesn't make any sense. But like, what if they just went into the horror game genre and just did something that we've never seen in that genre and just dominated?
Yeah,
And now a
that'd
bunch
be
of us
crazy.
like now a bunch of us just love playing like zombies. But instead of giving
Yeah.
us Call of Duty multiplayer shooter and Warzone and zombies, they just were like, let's just go fuck up the zombies genre and make an actual
Yeah.
good zombie games that everybody wants to play. I don't know. I don't want to put that out into the airwaves, but what if they just did something like that because they can? They're 300-person studio that, decided to
Hmm.
leave the big gaming industry and the big talking heads and wanted to do their own thing. They've been successful on two of those ventures, and now they're just going to do horror. And maybe the fourth one is racing. You know what I mean? Like it'd be so crazy if
Yeah.
they just blindsided everybody and did racing, but what if they did it? Like I don't know. I don't know.
The question's still out there.
The
Yeah.
question is
Just
still out there.
what? What's next?
Yeah. So, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to get this out there because if anybody's, been listening this long and they've made it through the whole thing, first of all, we thank you. But, for all the people out there, that, maybe are wanting to get into ranked or maybe wanting to get onto an esports team, or maybe they're already playing ranked and maybe they're already on an esports team but they want to get better. Either way, somebody that just wants to get better in the finals and get a little bit more out of it, what would you tell them and how would you maybe explain to them on how to go about it?
I think the main thing I would say is just keep that pressure on, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't give up. Don't, stay consistent. Look at your VOD, record VOD. Uh, every little thing comes down to how great you will be, and you can only be as great as you want to be. So, do the best you can. Take the time to do it if you really want to get into it, and just be yourself. Like, people will gravitate towards you and give you opportunities as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's a great feeling because you will have earned it by then. So yeah, just keep that pressure on, keep working, keep your head down.
And um what gadgets do you use? What's your setup? What class, what
My setup.
gadgets?
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
are we talking comp or are we talking my favorite? Because I'm
Let's do
biased.
both.
My coach
Let's
got
do
me
both.
running. All right.
Do both. Tell us your setups
So
for everything. Yeah. What do we got going on?
my favorite setup right now for medium, I'm a medium player,
Hmm.
is healing beam. Since DMAT is not at his former glory. uh,
Yep. Yeah.
F car,
Okay.
and then I'll probably have jump pad, defib, and then I'm a little off meta guy, so I run frag grenade. People underestimate the frag grenade. Frag
I
grenade
run
is
it too.
OP.
I love dropping a grenade on somebody from
Frag
three
grenade is
floors
OP.
up. You know what I mean? Right when they're stealing, cook it, drop it, boom. Or you can't cook,
Yep.
sorry, but just drop it. Yep.
Or airburst it. I airburst it a lot, and so it'll
Wait,
land in front of somebody's face and explode on their head.
can you cook grenades? No, you can't.
You can't cook them, but
Can't
if
cook them.
you
I
throw
don't
them
know
up in the
what
air,
I've
it's kind of
literally
like
been
cooking them.
I literally been playing season 1 and I said can't cook them or whatever I said. I was like, "Wait. Oh no, am I making a mistake? I think you can cook them. Wait, no, you can't cook them." I was like, "Wait, what am I saying here?" But yeah, no, I love just underhanding them right off, dropping down
Hmm.
right when they're just about to steal and then anyways, yeah. So yeah, is that
Yeah,
your comp or is that your
that's
which
my
one was
normal
that?
loadout
Okay,
because
and
they
what's
need to buff
your
of
comp
car.
then? Right.
My comp right now, or what my team, my coach has me running, and I hate it. But repeater, you
Ooh.
and healing beam, repeater, and just it's kind of the same thing with defib jump pad and probably like frag grenade or APS turret. Uh,
Why
Medium
repeater?
doesn't really. So repeater is just that chunk damage.
Yeah.
It's like Titan. It
Yeah.
just you can poke without taking as much damage as if you had to shoot an F car, an AK, or something sustained fire. You can poke and do 88 damage, and you know you haven't gotten hit yet. So it's very strong, both close range and long range. It's
Mm,
very strong. It's probably the most used medium weapon in the game currently.
okay. I want to
And
ask another question. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you got the time, I want to ask another question. Uh, let's say there's somebody that's about to be put onto a professional team, or somebody that is looking to get recruited this year. They know for a fact they possibly could get recruited because they're a high level player. You know what I mean? What
Hmm.
could they look forward to, or what could they expect being on a professional team, and how it kind of goes down when it comes to maybe having to do things like you're doing. You're playing repeater. You might not be comfortable with it, but you've gotten comfortable with it. But it is a tactic that needs to be used on said team and in said, environments and situations, because it just chunks at the house. So like that breakdown of how orders come from the top, a coach is actually saying, "Hey, we need to do
Yeah.
this, 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 and this," like you see in esports or actual sports, right? So explain that to somebody that's maybe
Hmm.
getting into an esports team or is about to be in one, because they're definitely good enough for it. What could they expect?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you may go into an esports team, especially in the finals, where you have your own setup, you're running a certain class or something like that, and you're used to running that class. And the thing about joining an esports team is you may be told to run something else because it's meta. And you have to get used to that because the meta is always changing. I went into esports running the F car a lot. Although the F car may be still viable, it's not as strong as if I was to go in and use the repeater or the revolver. The revolver is very good too. But it's just something you have to adjust to. It's more of an experimental thing for scrims where we test and see what's strong, what's not strong, what's viable for our playstyle. So it really comes down to just being able to adapt. You may want to run what you want to run, but what you want to run may not work. So you just have to, everybody has a job to do. You got to do your job.
Right. Yeah, and that could break some people, right? And I think that's what I've always. Okay, so off topic, but I promise it'll wrap back around and make sense. I always see a lot of new players come into like my lives, and or I see a lot of people, they'll watch me play heavy and they think that I know everything, and they'll ask me like, "Hey, what should I play?" Or I'm just getting into the game, "What should I play?" I always tell people within your first 30 hours of play, because I think everybody should give this game at least 30 hours of play. I always tell them you need to just understand the game for the first 5 to 10 hours. Then the next 10 hours, your 10 to 15 hours, play every class, play every gadget, just figure out what everybody else is using. Then your last 10
Yeah.
hours, then try to decide what you like the most, maybe in the next 20 to 25. Then the 25 to
Hmm.
30, really hone in on what you like. But that gives you a taste of the whole game. It makes you a better player because you
Yeah.
know how the other gadgets are used. And so that would be kind of, now I'm going to wrap it back around to why I even said all that is, yeah, in your situation, you're a pro player, but you are best with the F car, or you love the F car, but you're using the repeater. So it kind of just goes back to, yeah, man, you got to really be diverse in the things that you use. The finals is one of those games that metas change anyway so often, and you'll probably get used to that after you play
Yeah.
2 3 seasons. You're probably going to get trained in using different stuff, but yeah, just don't get stuck in one thing. And usually a high level player can play everything anyway, so it's kind of silly to say all this,
Yeah.
but yeah, don't ever get stuck in one thing. I would say that to everybody, even
Yeah.
if you are
And
a
that
high
goes
level
with
player.
classes as well.
Hmm.
Everybody that's a pro player is a flex. Everybody knows how to play light, medium, and heavy. May not play them all as good as we play one, but everybody's a flex player, and we
Yeah,
switch around and experiment with everything, every gadget. It's an ongoing battle of finding what works and what counters what. So
yeah.
it's be good with everything. Don't have any exploits.
Yeah, flexing is really important, and I'm sure people have heard me say it a million times on live, and now once I keep on listening to these interviews, I played like 200. I've got tons of hours in the game, been playing since season one, but I just got done playing like 200 hours of light. and then I made the transition back to heavy just because I wanted to switch it up. But like that first 24 hours transition, the pacing, because it's so much different, was like incredibly like, oh my god, it was agonizing. You know what I mean? Because I play evasive dash
Yeah.
light, so it's like super fast and then go into the slow heavy. But the reason why I did it is because I know heavy is super fun. That change is a little bit tough, but yeah, here I am playing heavy again, and I've got tons of hours in the heavy, but here I am playing the heavy again, and it's just super fun. Like just being able to, like you said, flex and play different classes and just respect and enjoy the things that you can get out of the different classes and how they dominate the arena a little bit better than, you know, or how they dominate the arena in different situations is super super fun.
Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, yeah, man. What else do you got to say? What are you thinking? Anything to say to the people? Anything to say to your team? The finals? Anything else you can just think of? Was there a funny gaming meme that you've seen? Just anything, yeah. Other than this just being about the finals, this is also just a fun gaming podcast. What's and what's going on? Maybe what's up? What you seen?
Yeah.
So yeah. Tell me what you got, man. Anything else?
I mean, the only thing I've been having in my brain for the past
Hmm.
month is Buff FCAR.
Buff F car.
Buff
Nice.
FCAR, bro. Buff
Yeah.
FCAR. That's my baby. They doing it wrong. Buff FCAR.
What is what is the F car even at right now? What does it hit for? Do you know?
It's like 20 something a shot.
Finals wiki.
I'm not too sure actually.
Yeah.
It's in a solid position, but it's one of those things, and it happens a lot in the finals
Mhm.
with different classes. It's just the weapon is good, it just gets outshadowed by other weapons. So like it's just you
22,
can use F card, but it gets beat by revolver and repeater and P90
22 on the
close range.
body, 33 on the head.
Oh, there it is.
Sheesh. That is kind of low, isn't it?
It's a little low,
That's a
but
little
it's
low.
like
What's the AK? The
it
AK's got to be
it
higher
has
for
the
sure.
range,
AK's 20
and
on the
it's
body,
just
30 on the head.
yeah, the
Jesus.
AK is not good. It's not.
Oh,
It's not.
man.
I would rather somebody use P90 than AK.
P90 is 40 on the body, 21 on the head.
Mm.
Yikes. What's this repeater? What's that going for? 88 on the head, 132. Or no, 88 on the body, 132 on the head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a
Crazy.
no-brainer, bro. You 2 3 shot everything. It feels like
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah, we're just looking at these
it's a no-brainer.
and if anybody out there is watching this and you don't use the finals wiki, definitely get in on this. The finals wiki is one of the best ones. I think there's another one out there. I think Forge. I think don't they have another one for some, I don't know. Anyways, um well, check it out, y'all. Let's get back to that screen. I appreciate everybody that has listened to this, like, shared, commented, retweeted, whatever it is on all of the different, it should be on Spotify, it should be on everything, just whatever, whatever. Wherever you see these clips, full lengths, whatever the case is, I appreciate you. We've had Regxn. It's been really, really cool talking to him. Man, you're an absolute killer in the arena. You're good at what you do. You're obviously on a team because you're supposed to be there. You have a great mental. You have a great attitude, and I think you're going to go really, really far. And I would just like to thank you for taking the time out of your night, to come on the Moonman Experience and just kind of give your insight and your trials and tribulations through the finals. And anytime in the future that you've got some more things to talk about, just whatever. If you want to come on here, I'm sure I'll need guests. You know what I mean? You let me know and we'll
Yeah.
bring you back on here and things like that, man. So I do just want to let you know that I appreciate you and it's been a really, really fun time talking to you, bro.
It was a pleasure, man. I
Hell yeah.
love just, finding people to talk to, other friends. I'm lonely. I play finals all day long, so
Hell yeah. Same, right?
I could use a break every now and then to actually talk some finals instead of
Hell yeah.
pulling my hair out.
Yeah, no shit. Because it could probably be stressful, right? It could be
It
stressful.
is. I
Yeah.
won't lie. Sometimes it is very, very stressful, bro. My face gets tight in tournaments. It's just not,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good, bro.
Yeah. What do you
I feel
do
like
to
I'm doing like a mean
decompress?
dog face.
I know it sounded like I just did an
Um,
outro, but what do you do to decompress for people out there? Maybe they can. Maybe you got something that is cool.
I have this routine
Okay.
where, about 30 minutes uh 30 minutes before I start warming up for the tournament, because I'm usually on like an hour before. I'll talk with my team and try to get like a plan or something together, and then I'll take time to myself to deafen and just listen to music in silence and just kind of get in the zone and get the jitters out,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and uh that usually helps me kind of calm down. Music is like my go-to to not be as nervous during a competition or something like that. So yeah, that's take some time for yourself.
Mm-hmm. So let's say, well, that's awesome to hear. I love music. Let's say this was like a WWE just huge stage. You know how WWE or like UFC like has a
Yeah.
song before you come out, right? Let's say you're at the Grand Majors 2026 and they introduce every way that we're bringing out teams. Maybe they already did this. We're playing a song for each individual player. I don't know if they do this. They probably don't do this. But they're announcing Vanguard. You're the starter. They say, it's Regxn. You come out. They're playing your song. What song are you playing?
Hmm. See, that's a good one. Uh, hmm. It would probably be something from Big X the Plug.
Oh shit.
It
Yeah,
would probably be
dude.
something from Big X the Plug.
Yeah, that just has
You
weight
can't go
and
wrong with Big
yeah,
X.
that has weight, bossiness to it, and it just has
Yeah,
it's just heavy, you know what I mean?
yeah.
They say
Can't
I'm
go
the
wrong with
biggest,
Big X.
the better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That just
That'll get
feels
me in the
good.
right mood to dominate.
Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Maybe that's a question I'll ask everybody. But not everybody's regen and not everybody's on a pro team, you know what I mean? So it's for only the select
Yeah.
few. But you kicked it off. You're the first one, you know what I mean? You're the first pro player on the Moonman experience that gets the pleasure of answering what's your walkout song? Something from Big X to Plug. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, check it out, dude. I really appreciate you. I'm glad that we could have this talk. It took a while to get here. I told you, I was like, hey, let me get this
Yeah.
webcam together. I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you, were probably like, man, dude, this guy says it's going to be in a week. We're going to do this and things. And then I was like, hey, like, it's backed up another week, blah, blah, blah. You're probably like, this guy's just another fucking guy that just wants to do it. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know if you ever knew if it was going to come to fruition, but we're here now. I wasn't
Yeah.
bullshitting, and I'm really glad that we can make it happen. So I thank you, dude, and good luck on all of your career going forward. We will definitely be talking again in the future. And yeah, shout out Vanguard, shout out you, and shout out to everybody that plays the finals. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Regxn, I appreciate you, man, and I will, I'll see you on the next one, dude.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, check it out, everybody. You just heard an interview, um, the third one, the newest from the Moonman Experience. It's been a really, really fun one, and hopefully, you guys are enjoying these interviews. Hopefully, you guys are learning things, having good laughs, and just enjoying yourselves. That's what this is supposed to be. I don't know how many gaming podcasts are out there. I don't know how many people just sit around and talk to players and CEOs and this and that, all the things that we want to do in the future. Maybe there are. Somebody send them to me because I would love to find something to listen to. But I'm just trying to do what I would like to listen to when I'm maybe at work, driving in the car, at school, this or that. So I'm just trying to do that and make something fun for all of us gamers. So I appreciate you guys. Like, share, comment, do what you have to do to push this out to the airwaves. Everybody that plays the finals, keep on grinding, try to reach the finals. And Regxn, he was a great guest, and I appreciate everybody. So I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Where's the stop record button?